Hey guys, how's it going? We're going to be going over the Object 279E. This tank was the 2019 seasonal objective reward for doing anywhere from 1 to 12 of the phases. If you did 10 or more, you got it for free. And if you did anywhere from 1 to 9, you get a discount based on that number that you did. So if you did 1, you get a 10%. If you did 9, you get a 90. Excuse me, my voice is doing something very weird right now and I don't know why. But I've had this tank for a little bit. I only got 10,000 XP on it, but I've fought a lot. I've fought with these, I've fought against these, I've played mine, and I played it on somebody else's before I got mine. I paid a little bit for it, not a lot, but it can get very expensive very quickly for this vehicle because if I was just a regular player, I would not be buying this thing unless I had done five or more of the seasonal objectives and got that discount. If you are one of those people who really want this thing and will fork out the cash for it, I'm going to show you everything that I know about it. I might not be the best player in the world, but I feel like I know what I'm talking about. I've been doing this for a hot minute, boys. So anyways, the descriptions on the left and some numbers that don't really mean anything are on the right, and we're just going to get right into it. So anyways, horsepower on its engines, 850, giving it a just over 14 horsepower per ton. It's not the quickest vehicle, but it has some acceleration. The gun is very similar to the gun that's on the IS-4 and the Object 430U, and just over a 12.5 second reload, 2.5 second aim time basically, and 0.38 accuracy. Its max depression is 5 degrees, and here is my big issue with this tank that I'm going to show you right now. Its ammo racks are on the side of the vehicle, which, if you are not letting tanks hit you in the side, aren't going to be that big of a deal. However, it's not protected by very much armor whatsoever. It is going to be roughly around 100 millimeters of armor that are protecting it. I mean, it's angled downwards, but it's not going to be something that's going to stop a lot of rounds. If you cannot keep people from shooting your sides, I would make sure that I would carry a repair kit solely for the ammo racks. I would be repairing your ammo racks before even thinking about repairing your track or your gun, for instance. Now, if you have to, that's a different story, but excuse me, I would not let yourself stay ammo racked for very long because you will get that turret popped off, as you will see in the replay of a game on Abbey that I'm going to show you. Now, mostly the front of your hull is going to be pretty much impenetrable from a lot of the things you're going to be fighting, except for very high pin, very large caliber guns, as one of these found out when they were fighting me and my E4. They did not have enough hull armor to stop that 155 round from penetrating them and could not do anything to me. So we're going to get right into the gun very quickly. Like I said, very similar to the IS-4's 122. 258 penetration on AP, 340 on the heat, 68 on the explosive, 440 alpha, and then 530 for the HE. Now, we're going to get straight over into the game, and I'll see you guys in a second. Alright, and here is the game on Abbey in the 279, and there's only one on the other team that I have to worry about, and me on my team. When this tank first came out, there were a lot of them on each team, and I mean, I guess it's the time of the night that I'm playing, so I really didn't have to worry about it that much. Also, sorry if my voice is still doing the thing. I tried to stop it, but if it is, I'm sorry. So, this game is going to be pretty regular. Nothing crazy happens. It's just me showing off just it playing, basically. Nothing crazy. I did have a game that I bounced over 6,000 damage, but then for some reason, about 3/4 of the way through, I ended up dying, and then about 10 seconds later, before I could record anything or save it, my entire, I guess, Cox decided to call me a cock sucker and turn off my shit for about 10 minutes, so I don't know. Anyways, this game's been having some really weird lag spikes over the past 2 weeks, so I'm about to fuck up here in a second and expose my side to probably the most dangerous vehicles on the other team. However, they were too preoccupied trying to finger fuck that T-49 to look over and see me completely fucking broadside, and they did not shoot. So, FE4005 who shot at the T-49, everyone else is trying to stick their fingers inside of the T-49 and did not shoot me. So I can't complain, but I get one into him and I'm going to pull this corner, but nobody's there. I back up and send another one into the Waffentrager after he goes undetected here in a second. And right there. So, excuse me again. So I have both of the heavy tanks advancing on this corner. I really need to worry about artillery because this thing is an artillery magnet because of what it is. Everyone wants to shoot one and say they killed it, but it's not that really big of a deal. I'm not worried about it. So both of them are putting shots in my tracks, trying to shoot a lower plate that doesn't exist, and they are not having a fun time. The low gets a shot in. He's hook, jab, and screaming and work Ryan up here with me, even though he's getting ready to get his ass clapped. So we're just going to let him keep doing that. So there we go. The artillery shot me, get my driver back in there. And like I mentioned before, I am not repairing my tracks. I am not wasting that repair kit on anything but my ammo rack if it were to get hit. And depending on the stage of the battle, if I need to repair something quickly, I'll do it. But for the most part, I'm not going to fix my gun. I'm not going to fix anything but the ammo rack if I were to get hit. And I'm keeping the tanks to my front end, so um, they're not going to pin me, and they're not hitting anything um, that they can technically go through. Now, I bounced a shot from the FE4005, and I don't know exactly where he hit. I finish off the 277 by ramming him, and that's why I'm saying this tank weighs a lot, so you can get away with ramming some people. Smack him for 533 on a pretty good high roll, and I'm trying not to get shot by him again, so the low goes up there, puts a shot in, but did not get away in time. And now he has a long reload, and he has me and a Waffentrager E100 coming up there to show him how to get a good time going. So he tries to run away and try to get wet and wild, and he doesn't make it. So anyways, the only thing that done damage to me this game was the first shot from artillery and this shot from the artillery just about now. And I repair my tracks because I just want to get out of there and I want to get on to fighting more people. So we're moving up and getting into their spawn. Pretty confident where the rest of the whole team is, either in their spawn area or in the middle of the map right now, because they did not do very well with advancing up either the left or right side, and me and the swap tracker are getting ready to go in behind them and show them how it's done. And the Conquer gun carriage that had been pissing me off the entire game has been killed by the Waffentrager, leaving the 279 on their team in the spawn with a tier 8 premium tank, FV4202. So, I'm not worried about pulling up over this hill and exposing anything for them to hit because they can't hit anything. Now, you watch this 279 giving his sign to the Waffentrager. Boom, turrets off, and that's why I'm telling you, do not show your side and even get hit there. And if you do get hit there, repair it immediately. So, that dude's dead, and it's just this tier 8 premium tank. I shoot and he turns, perfect timing, and I go down his side armor and don't penetrate and walk drag out the other guy. So the last 5 are in the middle of the town right now, and pretty much I really don't get a shot into anybody else. So I'm just going to talk about my opinions really quick about this vehicle. And overall, I really like it. I really do. But like I said, if I was a regular player, I would not buy this thing if I did not complete at least 5 of the seasonal phases and didn't get at least a 50% discount. Now, if you are a very experienced player and you can afford it, go ahead and buy it for whatever price you can if you want it that bad. Now, it is a very unique tank and probably will never be brought in again, but I have been wrong before because there's an entire goddamn premium tree in the game now with tanks that I don't think should be available to buy because that negates the entire purpose of a rare vehicle. So, also, that if you're a brand new player to the game and don't really have a whole lot of tier 10s or don't even have a tier 10 and you're like, oh, this is my ticket to tier 10, do not do it. And if you do it, make sure you watch players play this, watch reviews on it, people playing it, how to play it, and everything, because you do not want to be a very inexperienced player jumping into a tank that is very good by all means, but not knowing enough about the things you're fighting or having the same skill level as the people around you and it completely ruining your experience. I don't want people to do that in this vehicle, but this thing gives them the chance to do that, and I don't particularly care for it, but if you are brand new and you don't have a lot of titans, or like I said, don't even have one, and you buy this, just do what I said. Now, this isn't a very in-depth review about this vehicle, but it is a very basic review about this vehicle. This is basically just acknowledging that it is brought to the game and it's information about it and a pretty, I mean, regular game. It's not something crazy or nothing. And I'm not going to show you like some stupid, amazing game that I had and be like, oh, your games all the time are going to look like that because they won't. You can get killed immediately in this thing like you can any vehicle. So I'm not going to show you something that is not regularly achieved. So basically, right around 4,000 damage, blocked about 2,000, and only really shot 4 vehicles. So I got hit 9 times and only 7 bounce. So pretty basic game, guys. So if you want to see more of this vehicle or any vehicles in particular, let me know. And until then, I will see you guys later, and I hope you enjoyed. Also, if you watch my videos, please subscribe. I've noticed a lot of you are watching them, but don't. So please do that. It helps me out, and I will see y'all later.